Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a tutorial. I hope it will work out, but some of you asked me for a tutorial for the teeny tiny flowers. And I will make one, even though this is very tedious and I have to put stuff up to my eye a lot of times. I hope it's gonna work out. And today I want to use another punch. I don't know if it's a great idea when you do make a tutorial to use another punch, but it should work out. So let's just start. I like to make my own paper, put my own color on the paper when I make these flowers because they turn out to be just the right color. So I'm going to use some distress ink. If you don't have it, it's totally okay if you don't use it and just go ahead and use some paper, you know, of the color you want to have. So I just find, for me personally, maybe it's not even visible when I do it, but for me personally, I kind of think that it gives it a little bit more of something. So I'm just going to use two different colors, and one is sponge sugar and one is picked raspberry. And it's not going to be pretty or anything. What I'm going to do is just to put some of it on a piece of paper, and I don't want it to be pretty and smooth. I just wanted to have two different colors, kind of. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's not just pink, it's a little darker and a little brighter. So I know the cam doesn't even pick it up, but you see, it's just a little different. Okay, so I love my husband, but he tends to message me when I'm making a video. So he messaged me and the video stopped. However, I didn't do nothing yet. So there it is. Very bad looking paper, and you want it to be from both sides because, you know, it's going to be visible from both sides. And then I will just pick one, whichever. And like I said, be prepared that it is going to be tedious. So I will cut each petal into the middle, but not cut it off, because I want it to be able to move it a little better. And I'm not using hot glue for the little flowers because I'm just not a fan of a lot of hot glue being everywhere. So I'm gonna use the art glitter glue here. So look, I will show you. You just do that. You kind of move the paper around a little bit, so it's going to listen to you. Maybe. And then you take two petals from the opposite sides, no matter which ones, this two or this two, whatever it is. And you have to put them together. Is it visible? I do not know. Just stick them together. Tedious. I knew this is not going to work out as a good video. But you take the two and just try your best. Stick them like this. So I hope it's understandable. I'm trying here, really. And I'm gonna put glue on there, and I don't worry about it because this is going to dry clear. And I'm going to put some stuff on top of the flowers. So this is not going to be visible for sure. If you want to use your hot glue, go ahead. I don't, because for sure I'm going to burn my fingers first because, you know, it's so small. So that's number one. And the second thing is it's going to be way too much hot glue, no matter how I try to not to put a lot on top. So now I have them glued like this, and now I will just glue each petal, starting with the one that goes here. So the line has to be in the middle, so it's kind of offset. And I will glue each petal down like that, but only on the bottom of the petal. I will leave the top part open. There will be no glue. I put a little bit of glue on the bottom of it. I hope it's visible and you can follow me. And then I will glue. And because I'm using art glitter glue, it takes a little bit for me to, or not for me, but for the glue to be dry, but I'm gonna do that with all petals now. A little bit of glue and just hold it until it's dry. Okay, so I did it all. It's so tiny I can't even show you, but this is how it's gonna look like. Can you see it? You roll it kind of a little bit in between your fingers so it's a little bit more round, but other than that, don't do anything, you know, and that's the tiny, tiny little piece you get. So now you work up with the different petals. I like to take one and I will use a toothpick and I will just kind of bend it over a toothpick a little bit because I feel like it is better. I don't know. I just feel like it makes the paper a little bit more, the paper starts to work with me a little bit more. And I still want to, if your punch is different, mine is just from Daiso, you know, and it cuts a certain shape. And I like it to be a little bit longer, the petals. So we'll just cut them in just a tiny bit. And then I'm going to glue the little part that I just made down in the middle here. And I will pick it up and kind of squeeze it, squash it, squeeze it a little bit, just like that. And I will hold it again until this part dries, because the glue dries, I don't know, it needs a minute or so. So I will turn on something to watch and make the flowers. So I'm going to hold it. You can also just, you know, put it down if you are working with a wet glue, of course, and work on your second one. You know, this is much better than you don't have to waste time. You can just lay it down here, it can dry, and you go ahead and start with another one, you know, or prepare the next petal that you will use. So that's what I'm gonna do, just so the video goes faster. Normally I would make a couple flowers at once, but I'm not gonna do it on video today for sure. I'm just gonna make one and hope for the best that everybody understands what I'm making at all. I will just grab another one already and prepare it. And in this time, this one should be dry. But, you know, just be careful because it's little pieces. So this is how it looks now. Now you will again find the line where two petals meet. Oh yeah, when you glue it down, you should offset it this way. But actually, it kind of offsets by itself. I don't know. So I'm gonna get the one where two lines meet and do the same thing. I will only glue the petal, so this one, on the bottom. Some glue on the bottom, and I'm just going to be holding it. Once again, holding it here, waiting for it to dry. If you get a hang of it, you could actually just hold it with one of your fingers and then prepare the next petal, you know. But if you're just starting out, just do it slowly. You can go slow and make a pretty flower and learn it this way. So I'm just going to do my second one already. And now I can actually hold this again with the finger and have my third one ready to go. So it's just because I know where to hold already, but for my first flower, I would just do it one by one. I did not hold anything anywhere. So I'm gonna wait until that dries and then I will just glue the rest of them, the two leftovers. And it's going to look a little bit like a flower. Okay, so mine is kind of dry now. And you have to go ahead, pick a side of the petals, and always one side of a petal you push back. So it kind of opens up a little bit. You see? So they are not all closed now. They are kind of, I picked one side and I went around the whole flower. It will not look, at least for me, they never look perfect, but it does not bother me at all. I will just take my next one and stick it down, of course, offset this time again, and we are almost done. You know, you only need to do 3. You can do more if you want to, but I will only do 3. And this is how it looks like now. And it's going to be very easy now, because all you have to do is just to stick the very bottom of your paddle. Is that visible? The very bottom. And hold it up a little bit. Just like this. I know I put too much glue in there, but that's fine. It's just going to dry like this. So the very bottom is going to look like, hopefully it's visible. Is it visible? Do you understand? I have no idea, guys. You asked me to do that, so I'm trying. I will just do the same thing with each petal, just the very bottom. All you have to keep in mind is, if you're making this tiny little flowers, that you do not glue the whole petal onto the one you made already. Just a part on the bottom. That's all you have to remember. And it's going to be tedious. And you are going to be... It might even look like, oh my God, it's so messed up. But it's not messed up. Look, it's going to look okay at the end. So I did glue 3 of them now. And those 2 are flat. You see that? I'm not sure. Maybe I should have done it with a bigger flower just to show you. But I did make bigger flowers already. So it's just all... Forget being perfect. That's it. Just forget being perfect, because you will not be perfect with a little flower. Maybe you will. I don't know. I won't. I never am. And it doesn't bug me. So I'm going to do them all. And now I'm just going to take the very outer part and kind of bend it to the outside a little. Just like that. The very outer part and bend it to the outside. Now I do have liquid glue. That's why it's harder for me. It's not dry yet. Whoa! And I dropped it. So I'm going to wait until it dries a little bit, and then I'll show you the rest. Okay, so it's halfway dry, and this is how it looks like. That's basically it. You could keep it like that, but I decided to stick it on just one that it's flat. All I did was I took this and I kept it flat, and I just rolled it back a little bit, just a tiny bit. So it's basically still flat. And I'm going to put some glue there, do it offset again, and just keep it like that. Okay. And while this one is drying, and I will show you this one in a bit, I punched a green one. So in that, I learned myself somewhere in a video. So now if you go from the middle of the petal down in a kind of, I'll show you. Just cut each petal from 2 sides down in a star. You know, all you have to do is just go there in the middle, just cut yourself kind of half a star. Each petal is going to be a triangle now. And this is the green part underneath. So this doesn't have to look perfect either. Anyways, where in the nature did you ever see a perfect flower, right? And they do look perfect, like pretty. Perfectly pretty. Now I'm going to move it offset onto the green piece of paper. You can leave it longer. You can make it shorter. It's all up to you. I'm just going to grab it and bring it closer to my cam. And this is what it looks like. The green is coming through a little bit. And my petals here have a different shape. So this one cuts like this. And every petal has this dent a little bit. If you don't have this dent, you will get round petals, as you can see. And this one had 6 petals. So this punch is this one. And I got it at Joann's for $1. But it's hard for me to punch stuff out because I cannot hold it like this. You know, there's nothing to hold it. If you hold it here, you will squeeze your finger. I learned it the hard way. But this is ready now. And all I do is I get my chunky glitter. If I find it, I will link it down below. I had it forever. What is it? Is there a company name? It says glitter. Just add glue. Okay. Glitter just... Oh my god, I didn't see a company name and I don't want to move it around too much. Okay. Adventus Corporation. If I find it, I'll link it down below. But it's my favorite glitter. It looks really, really pretty. And also I will get some gesso. You don't need gesso. You can just have some white paint. Or you can even use your art glitter glue if you wanted to. You know, art glitter glue was actually made to glue glitter. But to me, it's easier with the gesso because I can put my finger into it. And I don't have white paint. I have to purchase some. I don't have any. So I will just take it. Mine is not super dry yet. Maybe I should have dried it. And I will put my finger, I will dip it a little bit in there. And then I will kind of wipe it off on the flower. And once I have done that, I will throw it into my chunky glitter. And nothing ever happened to it. So I don't know. It just stayed there for a second while I close my stuff up. And then I'll just pull it out. If I can get it today. And there you go. There is your pretty, super pretty flower. It's so hard to see. I apologize. But that is it. That's the process. So you have a little bit of white on there. It's hard. To me, it's impossible to see on camera right now. Let me try to get it in. Do I have like a dark piece of paper here? I do have my folder here. Maybe this is going to be better. Oh God, no. This is even worse now. I can't even see. Okay. No, guys, I cannot show you. I apologize. I tried. So this is like too tiny. Too tiny to show. It's really tiny. Let me measure this flower now. It's going to be, yeah, half an inch. Half an inch, even a little less, I would say. So it is really, really tiny. But you get the idea. So you can go ahead and do it now. If you see that you would like to have a little bit more of gesso somewhere or a little bit more of glitter, you can just go ahead and dip it again, you know. But that's enough for me now. All I have to do is just leave it to dry. But I don't know why it's not visible for you. I wish you could see. I do have a picture in my Facebook group. I think the picture turned out pretty good. There you can see how the flower looks. On cam, it's just almost not possible. So I apologize for that. But yeah, those are the small flowers. And you can make bigger flowers the same way. I don't think it's really hard to do. I do have a video on those. You see, it's like almost similar. I will link it or put the card up there. Also, I did make a little bit of a bigger flower. Maybe you can see it here better. You see, so there is like the glitter and a little bit of gesso everywhere. And it's the same way. I have the star here and this one has 5 petals. So I probably either used, I don't think I have a bigger punch. So that was probably a die. You know, you can just shape them whatever you want to. It doesn't have to be perfect. Don't worry about them looking perfect, because once you have your cluster of flowers and glue them down somewhere, you're probably going to put some more stuff like cheesecloth or anything else around it, a couple leaves, and it really is going to look pretty. I promise you that. So don't worry about that. Don't try to make it perfect. Just try to make a flower, and I'm pretty sure it will work out for you. So I hope that was helpful. I feel like it wasn't, so I apologize if it wasn't. But I tried my best. I told you it's gonna be hard. So if you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. Please tell me if you could understand anything, or if I was a really bad teacher this time. You guys enjoy your day. I see you soon. Bye-bye.